Hey everyone, it's Sean and welcome to Invest with Fire. In this video, I want to give you my reasonable price prediction for Solana for this upcoming market cycle. And I made this video because Solana has hit all-time new highs in the past couple hours. And it's always helpful for me to figure out where are the possible price ranges that Solana can end up for this upcoming market cycle. And especially with all the tweets out there and YouTube videos out there with people saying, Solana's going to go to the moon. And they throw out some crazy price out there in order to get you click on this video. So this is why I made this video, and my price predictions are based on the numbers and the data. If this video is helpful, like and subscribe. It helps with YouTube algorithm, and it helps give people more of a realistic view of where the price of Solana might go for this upcoming market cycle peak. Now, if you want more up-to-date price predictions, follow me on Twitter at InvestWithFire. So I'm gonna go over a couple of news stories, and then I'm gonna go into my price predictions. One of the main catalysts behind Solana hitting all-time new highs is that the Solana secondary NFT sales have reached $500 million in 3 months. And this is really bullish for Solana. They also have 348,000 transactions, and that's a lot of transactions for a blockchain. However, that can only be achieved because Solana is centralized compared to Ethereum, which is decentralized. And if we look at the data, Ethereum is still the #1 smart contracts blockchain out there. If we're just looking at NFTs, Solana had $500 million in sales, but Ethereum had $2.2 billion in that same month. Now here's a bar chart just showing how much bigger the Ethereum NFT blockchain is bigger than Solana. I mean, the data just shows itself, right? I mean, August, September, and October. I mean, look how much bigger these bars are. Now, just because Ethereum has a lot more sales compared to Solana doesn't make it bad, because if you're investing in crypto to make money, if something has a smaller market cap than another thing, then that means Solana just has so much more room to grow and gaining on the Ethereum network, especially with all the gas fees involved with on the Ethereum network. And they're pretty ridiculous, right? And Solana definitely has lower gas fees than Ethereum. One of the main reasons why that Ethereum has such high gas fees is that it's decentralized, versus Solana is more centralized. And if you may remember, back in September, Solana shut down for 11 hours because they encountered an overload and excessive memory consumption on its blockchain. And if Solana can just shut down their whole blockchain for 11 hours, I mean, that just proves, right? It just proves that they're not decentralized at all. And this is why Solana is able to have lower fees and faster transactions than Ethereum, because they're more centralized. Now, is this bad? I mean, it kind of just depends, right? It just depends what you believe in. Ideally, a blockchain should be decentralized. But does the market care? I don't think the market really cares if Solana is not decentralized. And it kind of just shows with the uptrend that Solana is having in this current market cycle. Now, I'm going to go into my price predictions. And I've done a couple other price predictions on Solana and Cardano, and I'll put a link of that above. So first off, market cap. Market cap is the total market value of a cryptocurrency's circulating supply. And you calculate this by taking the current price and multiplying it by the supply. Now, I got all this data from CoinMarketCap. We have the price of Solana right here, and we can see the market cap right here, and you can see the supply. So you can calculate this yourself too, just using this data. As of November 3rd, 2021, the market cap of Solana is $68 billion, and Ethereum is $538 billion. Now, if we look at the Solana to Ethereum ratios, we can see that Solana is 12.6% in terms of market cap of Ethereum. And Solana would need an 8x in order to equal Ethereum's market cap today. Now, again, these numbers may have changed based on when I published the video and what the price of Solana is doing. So here I have the market caps listed, and its bottom line, this is the total crypto market cap as of today. So it's $2.7 trillion in the entire crypto market space right now. And Solana is 2.5% of this entire total crypto market cap. And Ethereum is 20%. So this also just shows how much more money is in Ethereum and how much Ethereum has of the entire asset class as a whole. Now, all my price predictions are based on market cap and they're not based on analyzing market cycles. So here's our first scenario. And if you look at this, the main difference is that my first scenario is based on a total market cap for the entire crypto market class of $6 trillion. Now, where did I get $6 trillion from? I got $6 trillion from is by looking at the charts and seeing where we possibly can go. So first off on the chart is the total crypto market cap. And I have an indicator called the log trend channels right here. And what this indicator does, it helps identify when it's a good time to buy and when it's a good time to sell. So you could see back in 17 and 18, we hit this upper part of the band right here. And this is when we were like in the mania phase, when everyone thought Bitcoin was going to go to the moon, right? And we're in this upper part of this band. And you can see here, we're in this lower part of this band. This is a great time to buy cryptocurrencies. So this is what this indicator is trying to do. And just looking at the market trends and looking at the data, it looks like that we can hit $6 to $10 trillion. Now, this just depends on how fast the entire class moves. So for example, let's just say if we kind of just went straight up right here, right? We just went straight up and the entire class hit $6 trillion in January 2022. Now, is this realistic? Yeah. I mean, we've seen these kind of moves from Bitcoin before, right? Where it just shoots up like that. Now, if the market were to trend sideways, like right, if we have a little correction here and we just kind of slowly go up and slowly go up higher and higher, it's more realistic that we can hit these upper part of the bands, because the longer that we go sideways, the easier it is to hit these upper part of the bands. So just based on my estimates, the total crypto market cap can hit $6 to $10 trillion. So this is what I'm going to be using for my estimates. So if we use this $6 trillion, the price of Solana can reach $498 if we hit that estimate. The next scenario is that, let's just say that the valuation of Solana to Ethereum went up by 50%. And now, where did I get this 50% from? I got this 50% by looking at the valuation of Solana against Ethereum. And here we have that pair, Solana versus Ethereum right here. And just looking at the previous trends, we can see that Solana is in a general uptrend against Ethereum. And you don't really see this very much in other cryptocurrencies. A lot of other cryptocurrencies bleed against Ethereum. And so, for example, if we look at, let's say, DOT versus Ethereum, DOT versus Ethereum tends to trade just sideways. Now, if we take a look at Nano compared to Ethereum, we can just see that the valuation is going down against Ethereum. Another example is Cardano. Cardano has kind of just been trading sideways against Ethereum. You can see here that Ethereum is gaining value in Cardano in the recent couple months right here. And this just shows this downtrend right here, right? So this is why it's important to understand these trading pairs. Now, if we go back to the Solana Ethereum trading pair, we can see here that Solana is actually gaining value against Ethereum. Now, 50%. Where did I get 50%? Now, 50% was just an estimate. And if you can see these little red boxes right here, these are kind of my estimates of where the trend of Solana can possibly go and gain value against Ethereum. Now, just because we drew these lines and say we want to predict something can go somewhere, doesn't necessarily mean that. Solana can definitely go down and break this trend line right here, right? And it can lose value against Ethereum. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm estimating that Solana can possibly go up to 50% right here. And then maybe it hits this trend line and goes up to 100%. Who knows? It kind of just depends on the market and what it's doing and what Bitcoin is doing. So if we take this measurement from here to the first box, This is 50%. And I just kind of estimated this. I thought, is this realistic for Solana? And just based on the trends of the previous movements, I can definitely see this. And we could possibly hit 50% in gaining market share against Ethereum. And if we bounce off this line, maybe we could get 100% against Ethereum. I don't think this is unrealistic at all, because if we look at the previous uptrends, we can see that, for example, in this run, the valuation went up pretty much 300% against Ethereum. If we look at this uptrend, Solana went up 921% against Ethereum. And if we just take this peak right here, for example, let's just say from this bottom to this top, that's about a 361%. From this bottom to this bottom, 151%. So 361, 151, 300%. That's like an average of, like, say, 300%. So I think 50% is more than achievable, and 100% is achievable too. So this is why I use these different valuations in my price predictions. So going back to the chart, this is what the 50% means. And we can see here, if Solana's market cap went up to 3.7% of this $6 trillion, the price of Solana would be $747. And you can also see back in the previous scenario, as of now, Solana is 2.5%. And if it increased to 3.7%, we would get $747 Solana. And that would be fantastic. So in our next scenario, if the valuation of Solana against Ethereum went up 100%, so just like how I talked about in this chart, if we get this bounce off here, or if we get a general uptrend, and if we hit 100%, so if the value of Solana went up 100% compared to Ethereum, which is totally possible, because again, we've seen these kind of moves from Solana before, and on average, 300%. So to be conservative, I just took 100%. And this is what the Solana market cap would be, 5% of the total market cap. And the price of Solana would be $1,000, which would be fantastic. Now here's a summary of my price predictions. And we can see here in this column, this is for $6 trillion market cap. And the minimum price is about $500 for Solana, and then almost $1,000. And now I also calculated this for a $10 trillion market cap. And my minimum price for Solana would be $830 if things were to stay the same as they are now. And you can see here, if the valuation of Solana went up to Ethereum 100%, we have a $1,600 Solana. Now, this isn't financial advice, and I wouldn't trade just based on these calculations. But these are, to me, very conservative calculations that are based on the market cap, and assuming that the market cap, could go to $6 to $10 trillion. And this also assumes that nothing has changed, that Solana hasn't implemented some kind of new feature, or Ethereum hasn't done the same too, and increased its market share. I feel like these numbers are very conservative, and they're purely just based on the market cap, and it gives us a boundary of what the min and max of Solana can be, depending on the market cap. Because generally, right, when the market trends upwards, generally everything goes up. And you can use these numbers to figure out if someone's just kind of throwing numbers out there to kind of get you to click on their video or click on their tweet. And it just helps you be a better investor. So if you want more updates, follow me on Twitter at InvestWithFire. If this video was helpful, like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.